Mother is the best gift ever given to me, to all of us. And Nanay was the example of missionary. She has showed us, showered us those precious short years spent with us. The hardest thing for me is that some of us still can't accept the fact na hibayaan niya ang isa. Biglang-bigla, and all of a sudden, God. We didn't ever have the chance to say goodbye, or she didn't even have the chance to tell us what to do in our lives for our future. I mean, that was so sudden, but I guess in everything that happened, God has a purpose. And today I'm supposed to give a message about how wonderful my mom is, and she was wonderful, very special. She had a very big heart for people. Sorry, around her. She was also very smart. She was very witty, and most of all, very kind. Maybe I'm saying this because I'm her daughter, but it showed in her life what kind of a person, of a godly person, a godly woman, a godly mother, and a godly wife she was, and a very godly grandmother for the first time, and it was just taken just like that. She taught us to welcome everybody and anybody to our home and just treat them like family. I can still remember back in my high school days, I mean, that time when rice was very scarce, like very limited. And so we have to in order for us to have a complete meal, she has to mix rice with corn because she has to feed like 16 to 20 people at a time. And that includes our friends, our classmates, our families. Yeah, it was hard, but she managed. She instilled in our hearts early on in our lives the importance of um, education. And with that, she made us work sa hacienda. She made us experience how hard it is nga magtanom sang sugarcane, nga magpainit. She did that to teach us a good lesson that we should not neglect education, that we needed to study so we won't have a life like that. And she succeeded, of course, with the help of the Almighty God. And if I tried my best, she was also very smart and creative. Back in the days when there was no electricity yet, that was in the late 60s. And the cake, cake was a thing. I mean, like everybody wants to eat cake, of course, and it was very, very expensive. And we cannot afford it if we just have to buy. So, her creative mind, she made cake sa pugon lang and sa kaldero. No oven, no electricity, but she did make the cake, and we enjoyed every piece of it. Uh, she was also, she was a teacher, of course. She was a dressmaker, and bisan kulang-kulang, bisan wala inog bakal sa mga tela, she managed to make me dresses and my sisters out of flour sacks. Back then, because siyempre imol. So, she taught us a lot of things. And she taught me so many life's lessons, the very reason why I am what I am now. And of course, because of the help of our God Almighty. The very thing that I cherish the most, every time I come home from college, because I was away in CPU for 5 years. Right after high school, I went to CPU, so I was separated from them. But every time, and even then, during our high school days, my high school days, after dinner, we would gather together around the dining table and we would sing hymns and songs like the ones that you heard just a few minutes ago. And Manong would play the guitar and Rene, and we would do that until like almost about to sleep. And we could be heard by our neighbors, I'm sure. And that's the very thing I missed when she left us, because I cherish those times that we were together with her, especially that. Well, I can go on and on with so many things to say about her, but since my time is limited, I only want to say that I cherished her, I miss her every day, and I'm sure I'll have the answers from the Lord when my time comes, why she took her so early. And that's all. Thank you.
Mayong aga sa tanan, ako gali si Madeline Salcedo Hinsoli, the first daughter-in-law of Eleanor Javellana Gensoli. Pasensya lang kamuha kay do ginakulbaan ako. Sini nga aga ipakita ko sa inyo ang different kinds of life that Eleanor Gensoli shown to me as a person. The first time I met her, isa kadlaw sa CBBC, tawag sa akon, nga may nagapangita ko sa akon, and I don't remember anybody, kag I don't know anybody nga mangita sa akon. And that was the first time I saw her and dying downstairs looking for me. That's the first time I met this woman. And then, so on, nagkita-nay kami from time to time. But 1977, I was called to work in Granada Evangelical Church as a weekend worker. And there I met a woman of God. She is a woman of God. She opens her home to anybody, as what Diane says. Gimpasulod niya ako sa iya balay. She doesn't even know me. Without hesitation. Ginpatulog niya ako sa ila nga balay, ginpakaon. Kag didto ko nakita ang isa ka babayi nga matuod-tuod nga anak sang Dios. Kay wala siya nagapili kung sino man, kung ano ka man. Ang importante nga mapakita niya sa imo kung ano ikaw kabilidhon sa iya. Kag mapakita niya sa imo ang pagpalangga niya. Sang dira pa ko, wala ako nagakagutman sa CBBC. Kaya every time magbalik ako sa school, she see to it na I have something in my bag for the whole week nga makahelp sa akong pagkaon. She likes singing. Bisan di na siya, gapanglabaman siya, gadigamo man siya, ano man ang iya ginaobra, nagakanta na siya. Kag ang akon nga ginsulat diri nga mga kanta, nga nadumduman ko that every time I sing this song, ara siya sa akong tagipusoon. And some of the songs were here. Isa ka paborito niya, as I said, is His eyes is on the sparrow. And then, ang isa pa gid, it is well with my soul. And of course, the wonderful grace of Jesus. Not only nga ginakanta niya na akong kaisa, as Diane said, as ang ara na ko dira, she likes gathering us and singing, and then we do parts. Because she can do parts sa mga kanta. Nakita ko siya nga anak sang Ginoo nga mapinalanggaon sa mga servants of God. Kay bisan sa CBBC, sa amon nga eskwelahan sa Bible School, every person, every servant of God nga nakatinir sa ila balay, is naghahambal sila kung ano siya nga klase nga babae. Kung ano siya nga klase nga iloy. Yes, she's very strict. Strong woman. But a kind and loving woman too. In 1979, Manay Leonor, as I called her before, became my mother-in-law. And there, I learned a lot of things from her as a mother-in-law. Kunangin ano ako nga nanay subong sa akong mga kabataan. Is it because of the life? Is it because of her? Kung paano niya ako gintudluan? Kung paano niya gimpakita sa akon? I lost my mom when I was still at the age of 18. And I never saw her 8 years before she died, until even sang napatay na siya, wala ko man siya gihapon nakita. Kaya nag-abot kami sa Manila, nalubong na siya. So, kadamo gid sang akon nga nakita sa kay nanay, nga nagtudlo sa akon paano mangin isa ka iloy. Na-remember ko sang una sa nag-aubra pa siya. Nag-work pa siya sa eskwelahan. Every time nga mag-recess, gapuli siya. Gina-check niya kami, sang apo niya, kung nakakaon na kami. And she would always give bath sa iyang apo. When I give birth to my son, she wakes me up at the middle of the night to let me drink milk. Para nga magdamo ang akon nga gatas, para ma-fed ko maayo ang akon nga bata. Hindi man siya ayhan ang nanay nga nagbunag sa akon, but siya ang nanay nga nagtudlo sa akon paano ang pag-atipan sang bata nga gamay. At the middle of the night, she would wake up when my baby cries. When my baby's stomach is hurting, she would tell me what to do. Siguro masiling ko nga sa tanan nga mga umagad ni nanay kag ni tatay, ako ang pinaka-blessed. Because I learned a lot of lesson from her. As a grandmother, hindi ko gid maintindihan sang una ang iya ginahambal sa akon nga abi mo ang apo mas palangga pa na sang sa bata. And I can't understand why she is saying those words until I become a grandma. Those words lingered in my mind and keep asking why. But when I became a grandma, I understand her words. Yes, children are the extension of our lives, but grandchildren are the extension of your daughter or son's life. And that is a blessing. Kag dito ko manatun-an kung paano atipanon, kung nakita ang paano niya pag-atipan sa iyang nga apo, sa iyang pagpalangga sa iyang kapuhan. And the same way, I tried my best. As a grandmother, I tried my best to help my kids raise their son, their children in a godly and loving way that nanay show me. Hindi lang siya na ako nakilala nga lula siya, but she is also my mentor. I remember sang primero pagid namon nga pag-asaway sang bana ko. She would always told me, tani mamaistra ka man. Siya, hindi ka na magbataan, nay liwat, para makapabalik ka sa pag-eskwela, kag mamaistra ka. Sang wala na siya, sang nataon na si Glennis, dito ko na-remember ang ginhambal ni nanay. And I tried, we talked, me and my husband talked. And I said, bisan amo na lang na ang matuman ko, ang ma-fulfill ko sa handom ni nanay para sa ako. And I went to school, back to school at the age of 25. In spite of hardship, trials along the way, there are times that I want to give up. There are times that I want to stop. But the thing I always remember is when Nanay told me about her experience during the time that she was in school and the children was in their school too. What happened to Nanay happened to me. I was in school, my kids are in school as well. But in spite sang mga trials kag kabudlayan, natuman ko ang handom niya sa kabuhi. And one time, me and Glenda was talking and he said, I don't know what we're talking about, but nag-istorya na kami, siling siya manang, we're talking about, nag-apply ako sa Granada school and I was not accepted. And I was so sorry about that. But she said, manang, lain ang plano sang Ginoo sa imo. God put you at Trinity Christian School. Kay amoy na ang lugar para sa imo. Sang kagabi, sang nagapamalandong ako, dito ko na-realize nga ang plano ni nanay nga mangin maestra ako, hindi lang para sa pamilya ko. Hindi lang para sa kabataan ko. Because Glenda told me that if I was not there at Trinity Christian School, probably their kids were not there too. Nang maestra ako sa Trinity Christian School, and most of my nephews and nieces became my students. And almost sang tanan nga mga apo ni nanay, even subong si Kaiser, still at Trinity Christian School. Legacy. Legacy nga ginbilin sang isa ka mentor nga nagtinguha para malabot ang iyang handom sa kabuhi. And the last thing I want to share with you is, Nanay has a great legacy. She opened her house to the servants of God. She take care of them. And that legacy was handed down to her son, that he molded it well, that became the pillar of our family, became the father of her children, and he became he fulfilled what is in Nanay's heart. Now we're opening our house to the servants of God. And that legacy, we're passing it to our children and praying to God that our children will leave that legacy of Eleanor Javellana Gensoli to our grandchildren. And that legacy is, open your house to the poor, to the people that need your love, need your cares, especially the servants of God. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. Uh, I have not met the Javellanas clan, but this time I'm sure I do. So welcome, Javellanas clan. Uh, as a friend, we've been together as teachers in Emiliano Lizares High School. I really appreciate and admired her most because of the daring and determined attitude. Imagine giving birth to four kids, productive kids as we see now them. Um, Really, it takes a gut of a mother to have that child. Of course, Pare Roming is with her, and Mamang, I used to call her Mamang too, helping there. But you see how good are these people, whom they brought to this world. I really love this family, these four siblings. Uh, they are all my students, and they were high school. I appreciate their mom because even though it's hard for her, she tried her best to still enroll in college, to finish her teaching, and so be with us. So I'm her best friends. So with Mom Tess, Mom Annette, and Mom Nancy, we are all the best of friends. Um, yeah, it's so, and in her heart, she wants us always to be happy. Every time she have a time, she take free time to really cook foods like suman, uh, lugaw, and then bring it in school so that her friends can enjoy eating with her. And then, you know what? Uh, the, because of her, mind you, Pare the 70% of the brain now comes from the mother. Yours is only 30%. So really, it's there on the children. Um, so what more, I appreciate it very much. Siya na ang nag-salbar sa akin during the time sa Emiliano, nag-flag ceremony. Nagulpi lang, nagnatake ako, nasakit ang akong tiyan. So I cannot move. Nakuto si nanay niyo. So she carried me sa jeep sa Ngamon Principal. Nagdala kami sa Bacolod. Acute appendicitis. Wala na ako magpagawa. Do all the care in the hospital. Kaya during that time, wala pa sang cellphone. So hindi ka contact my family. What we did is that contact to telephone. So anyway, amo gina hindi ko malipatan sa iya. This is so good that help us a lot of the best of their friends. So I congratulate all of you people. Keep up the good work of your nanay and your tatay Pare Ruming, your mamang, your papang. They are all good people. So please keep it up. And Nor, I know you're happy looking at us now, with the pastor. See you in the resurrection morning. Good morning.
Finally, my time comes. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming and joining us with the celebration of life for Nanay. Ang iban nga gusto ko ihambal, actually, nahambal naman sa akon nga magulang, nahambal na ni Daymat ang iban, and nahambal man ni Ongon ng iban. So I don't know, jutay na nabilin sa akon. Okay, but let me bring you to a different nanay nga ginahambal nila. Uh, Last night when I was about to sleep, I was thinking about kung anong mga time na na-spend ko na kay nanay nga precious pala sa akin. Uh, I remember sang dito pa kami sa Sienda, let me bring you back to the farm. Ang siling sa ibang lahat, ang imol pa kami. Si nanay, hard worker to siya. I don't know paano siya nakaobra sa family planning na ginatawag at that time. Na ako nagalukdo ko sang uga, kaya nagabaligya. Hindi ito siya magpahimunong. She is the kind of person that will grab every opportunity to do something, whatever it takes, para sa iya mga kabataan kag sa iya pamilya. So lakat kami sa Hacienda Balabag, Hacienda Santo Domingo, galukdo ako sang kwan, gabitbit kami sang uga, kapamaligya. Pero siya, intipon niyang mga babayi. I don't even know nga amo gali na iya nga may plano pag siya nga lain at that time. Intipon niya mga babayi, kagin tudluan niya sang family planning. Explain niya sa mga asawa, sang mga obrero sa kampo, nga kung madamo ang inyo kabataan, mabudlayan ka mo magpa-eskwela sa iya, and what will happen is, for the rest of your life, from great-great-grandfather to the great-great-great-grandson, diri lang ka mo sa kampo matiner. So you have to do something to change your life and make it better for the incoming generations. Amo nang iya nga ginahimo to, ginatudloan niya. Maayo man bala kay nga sindiro, way ga pangakig. Kaya gusto ang sindero, damo kabataan, agot to damo maobra sa sinda. But si Luis Lizares naga-support sa kay nanay sang iya nga obra. But anyway, that's one part of her life nga hindi ko malipatan. She was not just thinking about herself. She was thinking about the life of others too. Yeah. And let me bring you to the next chapter. As what Daimas was saying earlier, Nana is very strict and very disciplinarian. Actually, I misunderstood her heart. I misjudged her heart several times. Uh, Hindi man kuya black sheep in the family. I was just a hard-headed guy. Nga, kung magsiling siya nanay nga hindi, amo nang nami imuon. So there's little kind of misunderstanding nga the way nga gusto niya kutani nga magtubo at that young age. You know, I have seen so many parents, sometimes they gave up to their son, to their children. Kung amo na ang gusto mo, bahala ka. Do whatever you want. Basta ginhambalan ta ka mostly, but Nana is not like that. Sad to say, she's not like that. She wants her son reach the goal of his life, so, for a better life, actually. So, my goal man ko sa akon kabuhi, but she has a better one for me. And that's the reason nga whenever I try to step aside on the way that she wants me to go, medyo may spanking a jutay. It's not really that hard. Sometimes I just almost lost breath. Not much, you know. But discipline. When there is discipline, there is love, which I don't understand before. I never understood it before. I thought she never loved me at all. I misjudged her heart. I misjudged the heart of a loving mother. I just understand it now because of where I am now. Because her persistence, being strict, to straighten my life. There was one incident when I was about to graduate at Riverside College. I did something that nobody wants to do anyway. So what I did is I left a note. I gave it to my friend, my classmate, and I just gave it to my sister. And I left. I went to Cebu. And I was thinking, I'm going to join the army. If I'm going to die, I will die like a brave one, you know, like a brave guy. And then I was thinking, so maybe if I survive when I come back after after 10 years, you know, mom probably will be proud of me. But you know what she did? She still have children. Anom pa sila ang nabilin ng mga kabataan niya sa balay. Nga she's supposed to pay attention. But you know what she did? She turned her back on there. And after 3 days, somebody knocked at the door to the house where I stayed in Cebu. When I opened the door, it was her. And I thought she's going to slap me because of what I did. But she threw her hand around me and hugged me. Tears ran down on her face. And she told me to come home. No matter what, she said, you're still my son. That is the kind of heart that I misjudged. That is the kind of heart of a mother that I misunderstood for so long. But now I know. I know. When I get married, I had my firstborn, and I just graduated from college. This is the one taking care of the boy, Rennie Ben. And then one day, somebody asked me if I can work at Magdalene Hospital in Escalante. So I went there and worked for, I guess, 2, 3 weeks. Yeah, I just covered somebody who left from Manila. And then I came home. After 3 weeks, I got my salary, I got my money, and things like that. You know, my wife was there. But I don't know what came into my mind. I hope she will forgive me for doing that. I gave my salary to my mom. I don't know. I young mind that never understand my responsibility as a husband and a father at that very young age, 19 years old. But you know, my mom she's trying to guide me what to do. She said, give your money to your wife. She will be the one to take care of that. She will be the one to do the budgeting for whatever you earn. You work for a living, but your wife will be the one to take charge of the family. But of course, things was short-lived when she tried to guide me how to be a father to my son and how to be a husband to my wife. I was the first one to get married in the family, and I was the first one to have a son. That was her first grandson. So she's trying to guide me how to do things. But that's kind of mother she is. Wala yagin isip ang mga bagay nga ginhimo ko sa una nga daw hindi maayo. But she did her best to try to raise me up and guide me how to take care of my family. And now, where I am right now is because of my mom. Because sa heart sang isa ka nanay, determinasyon sang isa ikailoy, pagpalangga sang mother sa iya bata, regardless of what I have done before, she loved me unconditionally. And the thing is that she will always remember Sundays in our lives. Kung kaisa ka kalipat kami, if I bring you back sa Sinda presentasyon, pabugtawon niya kami alas 5:30 sa aga sa Sunday, pukawon niya kami na, gainit sa sang tubig, paliguan niya kami, galakat kami halin sa Sinda, pakadto sa simbahan. Amo na siya ka dedicated sa way back then sang iya nga pag-alagad sa Ginoo, and we're so thankful na in spite sa mga bagay nga nagkalatabo along the way, that was her strength because she is a daughter of God, and she's always asking and the guidance from the Lord on how she's gonna deal, she's gonna do, and guide her children in their everyday life. So, as a nanay, thank you so much ang imo ginhimo sa amon, and now we are doing what you have taught us, mag-take care sa amon mga kabataan. So one day, the right time comes, I will really try to sit in your lap when I get there. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Has been told, her days grow long, yet still she sings redemption song. She works in love, prays in peace, hopes in Christ, who is precious Jesus in what she does. She walks with faith and lives with trust. She prays the Lord, forgives in faith, and shows us love. She doesn't see reward or praise, but glorifies God on her day. Her love is perfect,